Chapter 32. Loss. On that day, as Kargos fought hot, Ammit fought cold. Blood Angels and World Eaters murdered each other in packs around the two of them, but the wider war narrowed to the two gladiators and the weapons in their hands. Ammit knew how Kargos fought, better than Kargos himself. The nails gave his chain brothers strength, but stole his memory, while Ammit remembered every beat, every second of their time together in the pits. For Kargos, as soon as the butcher's nails bit, every fight was against a stranger. He relied on strength and speed at the cost of experience, which always served him well, Ammit had to concede. But even against opponents he'd duelled 100 times before, Kargos was always fighting them for the first time. Ammit knew the angle of every blow and the strength Kargos threw behind it. He knew which ones to block, which ones to parry or deflect, which ones to evade by weaving aside or leaping back. Kargos's brutish new axe was a fresh consideration, but the World Eater used it the same way he used his last 3 chain axes, and Ammit had the measure of it within moments. It went against Ammit's own instincts to hold back, only blocking and weaving away. He wasn't built for bloodless battle. Muscle memory and centuries of warfare made it a trial not to lunge when he thought he saw an opening, but he knew Kargos's swiftness too well to play with the risk. Already Kargos was frothing at the mouth. Ammit saw it in the half-face visible in his chain brother's broken faceplate. Grunts became growls, became snarls, became roars, with each wild swing cutting nothing but air. Just like in the arena, Kargos craved contact, the shedding of blood, the impact of a fist against flesh. Without it, the nails knifed into his mind, goading him on and punishing his failure. Ammit smashed aside a blow with his vambrace, leaned away from another arcing cut. He couldn't wear Kargos down. The nails wouldn't allow it. The World Eater would erode down to nerveless bone before the pain engine in his head let him realize the limits of his body. Ammit watched for the right moment, the balance point between his own weariness and Kargos's nails-born frustration. If he waited too long, it wouldn't matter how frenzied and artless Kargos became. The Blood Angel's strength would always leach faster. He cuts, and he cuts, and he's chopping air, and breath soars in and out of his open jaws, and the flesh Terra isn't fighting. He's not fighting. He's doing everything but fighting back. Kargos hears these grunts and these curses of wordless sound. And is it him? Is it he who's snarling like a kicked wolf? He cuts, he cuts, he cuts again, and there's acid in his spit now. He can feel it infused there, milked from his Betcher's gland. He can feel it warm on his chin as it runs from his roars. The flesh Terra is a ghost, a coward. He's not there. He's not there. And Gorechild thirsts, and he can feel the axe almost slipping from his grip in the thirst for blood, or the thirst for a new bearer, one who will not fail, and the nails are pinching and biting, and they drill. They drill into him, and Ammit is laughing, and the nails drill, and they drill, and the back of his brain must be bleeding by now, and Ammit goes for the axe. No, not the axe, the chain, and they're grappling, and Kargos is stronger, but Ammit has the chain, and he can't breathe. He can't pull his chained arm free. He's leashed by his own weapon chain, wearing it like a slave collar, and he can't breathe. That's fine. He is Astartes. He can survive without breath. But the bones and ligaments in his neck are clicking and crunching, and it's the sound of branches breaking, and then he sees it. Kargos sees what's been behind Ammit's eyes all this time. He sees what was inside his chain brother's soul every time they stepped into the arena. He sees the predator, under the perfection, as Ammit goes for his face, fangs like ivory knives. He feels his brother fasten down on his cheek and bite and throw his head back. There's the unreal ripping of wet leather, and blood sprays, and Ammit spits out a mouthful of his own brother's face. There's no pain, though Kargos knows that will come later, when the nails retract. Then there will be pain aplenty. And there's no mockery in Ammit's gaze, no laughter, not even any glory. There's just princely hate in those pale eyes, and flecks of Kargos's blood showing stark against the sclera. Then he does it again. He does it again, this time fastening his fangs on Kargos's nose and other cheek, and this time the ripping comes with the sound of grinding gravel. The Blood Angel takes bone and cartilage away with him, and this time Ammit swallows. He swallows the flesh of his brother's face, and he takes inside him the taste of his brother's blood. Kargos can feel the dawn air on naked bone, and he wonders even through the nails. He wonders, how much of my face is left? And then there is a sound, and a feeling in the same terrible second, a crunching snap, like a grind and a gunshot in the same instant, and Kargos flails because his spine is breaking. He lashes out blindly, fingers fumbling and finding Ammit's belt knife, and drawing it and ramming it back over his shoulder into his brother's chest plate. It scrapes and stabs and deflects from the ceramite, until it catches a joint and slides inside and bites. Meat bleeds. Blood runs. Ammit falls back. He's free. Free! The pressure is gone, and Kargos goes for his axe, and he turns with a scream to finish this. He turns right into Ammit's backhand blow, and something breaks inside what's left of his face. Ammit's fists are cracks of thunder, each one painting his senses with smears of pain that blind him, literally stealing his sight, and Kargos feels the joints of his jaw give with a dislocating crunch, and he feels the bone at the side of his skull crumple like tin, and he feels cold air and acid spit on his mutilated face. Ammit's blade drives into his guts and is torn back out before Kargos can even breathe. He staggers, but he doesn't fall, though something has come undone inside him. He knows that. His legs are weak, and he raises Gorechild, swinging it, but Ammit smashes the axe aside and sheathes his sword in Kargos's guts again, this time carving up before pulling out. Eye to eye, face to face, it is the most intimate moment of Kargos's life. A moment of intimacy without sensuality. The two of them joined by the impaling blade, and everything slows down. I told you, Ammit breathes, to eat shit, traitor. The Blood Angel moves away. Kargos doesn't give chase. His legs fail. Time passes, or seems to. Perhaps it does, perhaps it doesn't. The sounds of war are dim now. Kargos is on the ground. He looks up at Ammit. His vision is halved, and he realizes he's lost an eye. What remains of his sight is stained red. The nails no longer bite. It's like they've burned themselves out, burst in the back of his head, no longer able to spread their poison. There will be a moment now, a profound moment of brotherhood. Their gazes will meet, and they will acknowledge how far they've both come. They will share, unspeakingly, all that has brought the two of them to this fated moment. But there is no moment of beautiful fraternal reflection. Ammit fights on, grappling with other world-eaters, fighting the war instead of devoting everything to this single jewel. Kargos watches him, burbling through the vocoder implant in his throat, demanding that Ammit acknowledge him. Yet Ammit fights on. And soon, Ammit is gone. Boots clatter around him, several thud into him. He can stand. He can. He just needs to gather his strength now the nails have deserted him. The World-Eater turns his head, pain lightning bolting down his abused spine. He stares into the pulped remains of the cyber monkey, its skull crushed in Inzar's grip. Strange, ugly little thing. He turns his broken head again. Above him is a churn of clashing bodies, their identities meaningless. Their blood rains on him in warm spatters. "Inzar," he tries to say. "I can still beat him. Help me. Help me up." When the bodies break away, Inzar is there. Kargos lifts a hand, trying to rise, needing the preacher's aid. But the preacher regards him through the eyes of his skullish helmet. He doesn't take Kargos's hand. He presses his boot down onto Kargos's chest. "As pathetic as Khan," the word-bearer muses. "Able to butcher anyone on the planet, except the one man you want to kill." "Brother," Kargos tries to say, "help me up." Either he doesn't manage to say it, or Inzar doesn't care. The word-bearer lifts his foot away, turning to the towering sanctum. "So close now. Inzar! Wash my name from your tongue, weakling." "Preacher!" But he's shouting at nothing and no one. Inzar is gone. "Medic!" Kargos calls. "Apothecary!" And he starts laughing.